Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. A few weeks ago, a member of the congregation asked me, Rabbi, why is God bringing so much suffering upon us? Unfortunately, she asked the question at the very end of our morning coffee and I was already late for a meeting, so I didn't have time to respond. This week's Torah portion, the double portion of Bahar and Bechukotai, provides a good framework in this format, a little bit more time, to try to explore that question and provide perhaps a response. In the second of the week's double portion, Bechukotai, we find a very difficult section of verses. We find a few verses that describe a number of blessings that God will bring upon the ancient Israelites should they observe and obey all of God's laws and rules. If you do this, I will bless you, God says. But that's followed by a long litany of curses, 3 times as many curses, that says, if you fail to obey, if you're hostile to my work, to my words, I will bring these great catastrophes and calamities upon you. It makes it seem that God brings forth blessing if you do good, and God brings forth curses and destruction if you do bad. Now, she was asking this question, of course, because there is so much destruction, so much pain in our world today. Physical, psychological, financial, emotional pain, the result of COVID. Now, I don't believe, and I don't know anyone who believes, that God brought COVID upon us, that we did something bad as a people, as a nation, as a community, and that God is making us suffer through this. What I do believe is that God is giving us the strength, the resolve, the determination to help make our way through this moment in time. Rabbi Harold Kushner, who wrote When Bad Things Happen to Good People, often teaches that it's not God who causes the pain and suffering, but that God is in the people who respond to the pain and suffering of others. Rabbi Kushner writes, I don't believe God sends us the problem. God gives us the strength to cope with the problem. And right now, we're just trying to cope. Hopefully we're coping well, or as well as we can. And even on those hard days, perhaps we can dig a little deeper into those reservoirs of strength, of determination, of resolve and resilience to help bring us out of a difficult place and help us to find the blessing in our lives, and maybe even allow us to bless others. God doesn't bring suffering. God isn't the cause of suffering. Things happen. But God is the wellspring, the source of hope and strength to overcome despair and difficulty at hard moments. And that's where I believe God lives within us right now. Shabbat Shalom. I hope to see you tonight at our online service.